Hey everyone, Casey here. Today I want to dive into a topic that's been stirring up quite a bit of debate, especially among libertarians: the Real ID Act. This law has people on both sides of the aisle talking, so let's break it down. First, what exactly is the Real ID Act? Signed into law in 2005, the Real ID Act set standards for the issuance of sources of identification, such as driver's licenses. As of May 7, 2025, you need a real ID-compliant identification to board domestic flights and access some federal facilities. Now let's get into the meat of the discussion: why libertarians like Ron Paul are sounding the alarm on this. Back in 2005, Ron Paul argued that Real ID posed a significant threat to American civil liberties. He warned that it could become a national ID card with no limits on what information it stores. Basically a tool for government overreach. But that's not all. Jim Harper from the American Enterprise Institute raises another critical point. He believes that Real ID creates a de facto national ID system, treating law-abiding citizens as suspects and ramping up government surveillance. According to him, the burden of proof unfairly falls on citizens. On the flip side, proponents like Simon Hankinson from the Heritage Foundation argue that the Real ID Act enhances national security. Given the vulnerabilities exposed by 9/11s, Hankinson believes that Real ID is crucial for cracking down on terrorism and illegal immigration. He acknowledges privacy concerns, but thinks the benefits outweigh the risks if implemented correctly. So why does this matter to you? If you're a libertarian, you're probably concerned about the increased potential for government overreach and the infringement on civil liberties. A national database of citizens? That's a big no-no. Treating citizens as suspects without any wrongdoing? That's another red flag. But let's be real, we all want to be safe and secure. The challenge is finding the right balance between security and liberty. Proponents argue that Real ID can prevent terrorists from using state-issued IDs to board flights, but at what cost to our personal freedoms? Okay, so what are your options? Fortunately, in most states, you do have alternatives besides the Real ID. You can still use passports or other federally accepted forms of identification for domestic travel and accessing federal facilities. So, where do you stand? Is the Real ID Act a necessary measure for national security, or is it a step too far towards government overreach? The debate continues, and it's crucial to stay informed. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth discussions on topics that matter to you. Until next time, stay vigilant and stay free. Casey, signing off.